Extreme Rules was actually good. I can't even fucking believe it, but this just proves that WWE could do a good show if they feel like it. You know, any night of the week they could have a good show. But it just proves that, you know, it doesn't matter if it's fucking PG. They could still have a good match. I mean, this show, you know, that was lies. It wasn't TV-14. It was PG. And still, the show was good. Good matches. And let's just get into it. You start off with Jericho and Fandango. And I had a lot of, you know, very low hopes for this match. Subterranean hopes into the ground. I was expecting it to be pure fucking garbage. Now, granted, I did say that their WrestleMania match was decent, but this was even better. This was actually just a good back and forth match. You know, I still not going to get behind Fandango. I don't believe in bandwagons. You know, if I'm going to like a wrestler, I have to, you know, like him because I like him, not just because a whole bunch of other fucking dweebs on the internet like him. You know, so that, you know, I might like him if he does something terrific, but the gimmick and just the face and the whole fucking person, I just can't get behind a guy like that. Now, granted, I was, you know, I was ready, you know, and I was just waiting for him to fuck up and botch and shit. And he did botch a little bit when Jericho was going for a roll-up. He didn't fall down, but I was like, oh, you motherfucker. And then I was like, you know what? I can't get on the guy too much because, you know, it was a pretty decent match. And, you know, he did his part in this match. And good finish with the code breaker as Fandango was coming off the top. You know, to do that, you know, and to have that type of communication between wrestlers shows that he knows what he's doing. So the chance of you can't wrestle are a little bit inaccurate, but Jericho did help him. If he had a match against somebody else like Del Rio or something, it wouldn't have ended up being this good. It wasn't fantastic or anything, but it was good, and it was a decent way to kick off the show. 2.5 stars, it was above average. Then you got Dean Ambrose and Kofi Kingston, and this was another good match. You know, pretty decent stuff, I gotta say. Dean Ambrose is a future star, a future main eventer. If this guy within a year doesn't get into the main events, then I don't know what the fuck to think of this company anymore. But, you know, I say that a lot, but they're taking the right steps with Ambrose. You got to give him a singles title. U.S. title is probably the best first step. Obviously, you know, he's the star. He's the one who stands out the most, the best promos, the best look, the best everything. Dean Ambrose, I'm giving this guy, you know, a winning endorsement. I sing his praises every single time in these reviews. Now, I predicted it, but it was, you know, one thing to predict it and another thing to happen. It was great to see him win that belt, even though the belt is fucking worthless. Something that would be good, though, just a suggestion, if he wins the Intercontinental title, you know, while being the U.S. champion, and then, you know, fuses them together like they should have been a fucking year ago, you know, and he could combine it, just make it the Intercontinental, you know, because this is WWE, ain't fucking WCW. And even though that belt does have a lot of history, and I'll just say that as a disclaimer to get the fucking nerds off my back here in the YWC, you know, they should just make an Intercontinental title, would mean a lot more. Hopefully they make him a good champion. Every Raw defend it. They probably won't do that, but every Raw with a title defense or every other Raw or some shit like that would be good. You know, just have them go on SmackDown, go on Raw, defend the belt. Could put a lot of fucking credibility back in that title that is severely lacking. Then I give this match 2.5 stars. Once again, above average. They did a great job. Kofi Kingston, he looked a little bit refreshed in there, but that might be because, you know, he's in there with a talent the caliber of Ambrose. You know, as far as I'm concerned, this guy still deserves to be on the unemployment line. Just a smiling, boring baby face that just happened to have the honor of being in there with Mr. Ambrose. Then you got Mark Henry and Sheamus, and this match was a fucking dud. A motherfucking dud. A horrible fucking match. You know, they talked about JBL and Eddie Guerrero. A good Texas bull rope match, which is almost exactly like the strap match. Triple H and The Rock in the strap match. Just basically any fucking match besides this one, you know, that had anything to do with a strap was better than this. This was fucking terrible. This was fucking horrendous beyond fucking belief. It was dreadful, slow, boring. As I say time and time again, Mark Henry, he may be a tough guy. He might be like super strong and shit. You know, but the guy can't fucking move in there. I swear to fucking God, the guy cannot fucking move. It takes him about an hour to move a fucking inch. And this match was fucking pathetic. You know, there was no effort put into this match and all. If you count all the moves, I have more fucking fingers than there's fucking moves in that goddamn ring. And that shouldn't be. It was, you know, tie the guy to the post with the strap, doesn't even do it right. Just, you know, pulling the guy. Sheamus laughing at Mark Henry as he falls on his face. Just a dreadful fucking match. And, you know, it ended in a very lame fashion. You know, just tricking him with the bro kick. They tried to do cute spots like Mark Henry's carrying him around. And, you know, trying to, you know, hitting the post at the same time. Not cute, not good, nothing good. Not fucking sucked. Horrible. It's a dud. A fucking dud. I could be mean and give it negative stars, but I'll just give it a dud for now. Then you got Swagger and Alberto Del Rio. Match was okay. This one was an I Quit match. Some decent stuff here and there, but for the most part, it wasn't anything special. For an I Quit match, it was pretty fucking pathetic. And the fact that the referee was asking him for every single fucking move in there, even if it was like a fucking drop kick, the referee was jumping down. You want to quit? Hey, you want to quit? To a fucking chin lock? Are you fucking serious? I mean, take case in point, Mankind and The Rock from the Royal Rumble, that I Quit match back in 1999. He only asked them I quit if they did something devastating, something super dangerous, that their life would be on the line if they didn't quit. You know, this time around, it was basically like a normal match. Yeah, they threw in a kendo stick. Oh, you know, we need something to make it hardcore. Let's throw in a kendo stick. That's fucking it. That's all we got was a kendo stick. You know, and the thing is, it's like, you know, you might say, yeah, you know, well, we still got weapons. You want weapons, don't you, Brad? Well, the thing is, it looks fucking lame, fucking hitting the guy in the leg, fucking hitting him in the chest. Think about when Del Rio was in the ropes, how much better it would have been if Jack Swagger just fucking cracked him upside the fucking head. It would have been a lot better. It would have looked a lot better. Instead, it looked like fucking trash. You know, most of it was all right. You know, I'll give it 2 stars. The thing is also, I'm giving it 2 stars. What a fucking retarded ass finish. They say week after goddamn week after goddamn fucking week in this company, there's no instant replay. And guess what? There was an instant replay. Some doofus at ringside shows the goofball referee a fucking iPad and shows him what happened. Basically, it was Zeb Coulter stealing the towel away from Ricardo Rodriguez and threw it in, so it looked like Ricardo did it, not Zeb. Swagger wins, and it was like, you know, and that would have been good, but they have to give it to Del Rio in a cheap fashion. They restart the match. One cross arm breaker later, he hits the move like right away. And the thing is, how predictable does this make it look? You know, 9 times out of 10, they restart a match, the other guy's gonna win. They couldn't mix it up and, you know, just fucking have him win anyway. I mean, they shouldn't even fucking have a finish like that. It's just stupid. Why complicate things like that? why have this finish? You know, if you wanted Del Rio to win, just come up with a creative way to have him win. Or if you just want to do it dumb like that and uncreative and have him win with the cross arm breaker, do that. But don't have like us thinking that one guy wins. I mean, this is stupid. There was no means to an end here. It was just fucking random. And I didn't like that. It was just retarded beyond belief. And another point I have to bring up. The rules clearly state that the man has to utter, "I quit," to fucking lose the match. And you know, first it ends with a towel. I don't remember seeing anything that talked about linens in the fucking instruction manual to a fucking "I quit" match. It's right there in the fucking title of the match. "I quit." No words were spoken. A fucking towel was thrown in the ring. Does that mean that I could throw a fucking pillow in there? Can I throw this fucking chair in the fucking ring? And will that constitute a finish to the match? Where the fuck are their minds at? Doesn't even make sense. I'll give the whole thing 2 stars, you know, because there was some effort in there. But for God fucking sakes, it didn't make any fucking sense. And it was random as hell. And in a bad way. Then it's the Shield versus Team Hell No. Thank God, after 2 fucking, you know, matches that just didn't get it done. You know, alright, so the Swagger match wasn't that bad. But at least this one was better. It made more sense. It was more of a classic style wrestling match. Just back and forth, you know, with the false finishes and shit like that. And people were popping big time for Daniel Bryan. And finally, the boring-ass tag title run for Team Hell No is over. And the Shield has won. Actually, a team that looks like a fucking team. Alright, so that, you know, I couldn't be more happy to see that. The thing is, I hope that they break them up for good now. You know, you could see when Daniel Bryan went for the suicide dive on the outside that the crowd popped big time for his ass. And I think that they should fucking, this is the perfect time to have him feud with Cena or something. I say go for it. You know, just whatever you have to do. Just fucking get the guy in the main event already. You know, put him in there with Ziggler, do whatever. Just get him in the main event. Get him away from this tag team shit. Good match. 2.5 stars. Orton versus The Big Show. Now, to be honest, before I saw this pay-per-view, I read the spoilers. I wasn't sure if I could get a stream, you know, the same night. And I did. I was disappointed I read the spoilers, but PW Torch gave this fucking match 3.5 stars. And I was very excited for this, because I was like, whoa, 3.5 stars. And they wouldn't be giving a match that many stars, you know, if it was shit. Well, guess what? It was shit. Extreme Rules. You know, the only Extreme Rules match on the card. You know, I was expecting big shit from this, and it sucked. It did. People are going apeshit about it over the internet because Orton used the punt kick. Yes, it was cool to see the punt kick again, but guess what? It's just a fucking kick, and he's done it before. Oh, he hasn't done it in a while, oh, Brad. Too fucking bad. Who told him not to stop doing it? You know, I've seen it before. The best spot is when they set up the ladder on top of the 2 chairs, and you know, Big Show missed the Vader bomb and hit the ladder. But that was about it. After that, it was just, you know, nothing special. Just a short little nothing match. I'm giving it a star. I'm like, 3.5 stars. This is the most credible wrestling website out there. And I'm just saying that, you know, I'm just using them as an example to show you how delusional wrestling fans are when it comes to quality. This ain't quality. This isn't anything good. There was some good shit in it, but it's not a wrestling match. It was just the collection of some decent shit mixed in with a very slow fucking wrestler and a stale wrestler. Orton looks more fresh than he has in years. Why? Because he did the fucking punt kick. I mean, that doesn't fucking prove anything. He's still a boring fucking motherfucker. You know, alright, so that's about it for him. I'm not going to give this 3.5 stars. I'll give it 1 star for some decent little things here and there. But for the most part, I wasn't impressed. Then you got Cena versus Ryback. And this match was fucking awesome. I can't even believe I'd be saying this after talking so much shit in my Raw reviews about this match. It turned out to be a pretty spectacular match. No boring parts about it. Just fucking hard-hitting shit. Going through the barricade, going through tables, and not cheap. Like, really hard, full force type of material here. And then, you know, I like it. The finish was a no contest, which, you know, I'm not thrilled about. But I'll give them a pass because they went for, you know, a shocking moment. Just Ryback driving Cena through the stage. You know, that they haven't had those shocking moments like that in a long time. They're saying that, you know, it was more hardcore than a lot of stuff Mick Foley has done. And I have to say they should be ashamed of themselves. It wasn't that good. It was good, but to say that it was better than anything Foley did is a big fucking lie. Just misleading a generation, you know, right there. The young fans, oh, don't go watch that more violent stuff, you know, this is the most extreme it's gonna get. You know, but I can't knock it. It was a pretty good fucking match. I mean, you know, like I said, I'm not the biggest Cena hater on there. I think you guys know that. I ain't fucking, you know, hardcore against Cena. I don't like him, but I ain't, oh, I hate him. Like a lot of people on here who just, you know, I at least give the man credit when he does good shit, unlike a lot of motherfuckers on here. And he did a good job. 4 stars. I thought it was really good. Then you got the main event. It's Brock Lesnar versus Triple H in a steel cage. And once again, here's the opposite. A lot of people are saying this match sucked. I fucking loved it. I thought it was great. You know, it would have been better with some blood, you know. And here's the thing. Gotta be honest, back in the day during the Attitude Era, I took blood for granted. I don't think I appreciated it enough. You know, because they had so much of it. You're just like, oh, you know, there's blood. But now we're like bloodthirsty. You know, we want the blood. You know, back in the day, we were like, oh, you know, this is good. But it was there all the time anyway. Now I am starved for blood. But still, it doesn't matter. This match, they went about it their own way. Lesnar, I don't know if he legitimately injured the knee, but he did a good job selling, crying out in pain. You know, he was like, ah! You know, just really good acting in this from Lesnar, and just a very aggressive match, throwing him into the cage. A steel cage match where actually the majority of the moves involved the cage. Thank you fucking Jesus. It's about fucking time. You know, we had all these other PG cage matches where they barely even touched the cage. This time they were all over the fucking cage. It was great. And, you know, the camouflage sledgehammer, that was a cool spot. It was creative. You know, in a world, you know, a realm like professional wrestling where just about everything has been done. That was something cool to see. You know, and I was pretty happy the way how it played out. A lot of people are saying, oh, Lesnar, he needed help to beat him. You know, he's a heel, and he didn't go out in a pussy way. The leg was bum. Just a low blow from a manager, you know, and people are complaining about this. Go get a fucking life. You know, people saying that this was boring. If you were bored during this, I don't even know why you're fucking wrestling fans. Why are you watching? This was pretty fucking cool, I have to say. You know, a cage match that actually looked like a cage match. You know, but people want to say that matches like Orton and Big Show were good. You know, I don't understand, you know, wrestling fans. Sometimes I feel like I'm on a completely different planet from them. Because I don't understand how they say that was super awesome, yet, you know, because of a fucking kick, but this sucked. This was fucking great. 4 fucking stars. It was fantastic. You know, Lesnar really carried Triple H in this. It was kind of obvious, but I loved everything about it. It was like a real classic cage match, you know, as they were promoting it, old school. It was just that. Altogether, it was a pretty fucking good pay-per-view. You know, you had stinkers. The strap match was fucking awful. It was just a big fucking pile of shit. As a matter of fact, they might as well just have, you know, the wrestlers, especially Mark Henry, with all the shit that guy eats, just take a fucking dump right in the middle of the ring. Sheamus, you go ahead. You have some corned beef and cabbage and go ahead and shit in the ring as well. Then walk away and leave it there for 10 minutes. And there would have been your strap match, you know? A little messy, but the match itself was pretty messy. Alright, so overall, 2 4-star matches and some pretty good, you know, little matches here and there. 8.5. 8 and, you know, a quarter, 8.5. 8.5. We'll go full force here. They put in a pretty good effort. Gotta give credit where credit's due. It was somewhat extreme. You know, there was no blood and all that. I won't say somewhat. It was good enough. It wasn't like, you know, One Night Stand 2006 or even 2005. There wasn't any flaming tables, you know, but I enjoyed myself. It had some of the best wrestling that, you know, we haven't seen in a very long time from this company. Way better than Mania. Way fucking better as a whole. Yeah, so it was good. And if you didn't see the show, I highly recommend it. Alright, you motherfuckers. Haha.